Hi, I'm Kaari Meng from French General. Welcome to our workshop in Los Angeles. We do all sorts of creative workshops in this space. We do bead workshops, we do weaving workshops, we do embroidery, hand stitching workshops, as well as all sorts of paper craft workshops. We also write books. We've written 6 books, all on kind of a French-inspired lifestyle. We design fabric for moda. We're in the quilting industry, and about 2 to 3 times a year we come out with a collection of fabric, which is based on French 18th, 19th century historical documents. Our shop is generally French, but we are not French, and we have pulled in a collection of merchandise and treasures that we think reflects a lifestyle from long ago. 18th, 19th century France was a very rural, peasant-inspired lifestyle, and so the reds, the blues, the naturals, the textures, they all play a big part in the French General look. We go to France every summer, and we tend to see this kind of lifestyle still happening in the rural areas, and it's something that we try to replicate here. We had this concept that we wanted it to be generally French. So we wanted to be able to get into the notions and have the textiles and have all sorts of little bits and pieces that created this general store that you could come into and kind of find your passion, whatever it may be. So I think I realized pretty early on that just making jewelry wasn't really satisfying me. So then I found the textiles, and I started buying very deeply into historical document French textiles. And then that kind of moved into designing textiles. And I think each step that we've taken has been very natural and very slow. I can always pop over and make jewelry for a couple hours, and then I might find myself sitting and doing embroidery, or maybe even sitting and making paper crafts. I think it's a very natural progression for me to have my hands in all different areas. And yet everything is under the umbrella of our concept, which is generally French General. I tend to take a lot of classes myself, and then I find new passions. About 6 years ago, I started weaving, and all of a sudden I just became crazy about Navajo rugs. And I think as we kind of learn and develop our passions, then we find masters that do it, so much better than we ever will, but yet it's something that we can add into our collections. So I'm a big proponent of kind of finding your passion early on and learning it, and then moving on and finding something new, so that you've always got multiple things around you that you can turn to and create with. Because we are off the beaten path here in Los Angeles, we find that we don't have a lot of walk-in traffic, but the people that do come here are really kind of looking to come in and be inspired and find something very unique and different. We never know when somebody walks in the door if they are a jewelry maker, or if they are a quilter or a paper enthusiast, but we quickly learn where they go in the shop kind of gives us a clue as to what their passion is. So I always try to lead people over to the old linen, because that happens to be something I think is really important and very historical part of our shop. We bring a lot of old linen nightgowns and sheets back from the south of France. So I try to organize our crazy linen closet based on what kind of linen or what kind of hemp we're dealing with. So if you've never slept under linen before, a great way to start would be a really fine linen feel sheet. And feel linen is the finest linen, and it's very light and very cool to the touch, and it actually will keep you incredibly cool while you're sleeping. Another great linen is a mix, and this is actually a mix of hemp and linen, and this we've vegetable dyed just to give it kind of a more contemporary modern look. But this is a heavier sheet, and this is perfect in the winter. It'll still keep you cool in the winter, but it'll also keep you nice and warm. So these are great top sheets, and it's something that most beds in the south of France you know, they were all dressed with these great old linen sheets, and you can still find these at the flea market now and put them on your own bed and change the way you actually sleep, and you'll get a great night's sleep. The other way to get a wonderful night's sleep are in old French linen nighties, and these probably out of a convent, and they're all hand embroidered with the initial and then the little threaded ribbon holes. And these are just wonderful nightshirts to wear all around town. Belt them, put them with boots. They make a great little dress, and your body will thank you for always being in linen. So when we go to France, we bring back all sorts of treasures and little bits and pieces, history of the past. Some of this little collage here is what I do when I get home. I try to pick up a color scheme or a color palette, and then I work with it for one of our upcoming collections. So right now, I'm working on a collection for Moda of fabric, and I'm going to take some of these colors, some of the old kind of hemp colors or the old browns, and mix them with some of the classic French General reds. All different textures, like this is actually thistle. So I love the idea of kind of trying to reproduce this texture maybe on a quilting fabric. Or you've got your real classic chanvre or hemp with the red. And then, of course, you've got your florals and your stripes. So all of these bits and pieces will come into the collection somehow through their saturation or their color. The collection right now is called Madame Rouge. So I don't know if that'll change before we actually print the collection, but for right now, I just thought it would be really fun to take a lot of the old inspiration that we found and try to, you know, just pick up on some of these real subtle colors, which might be a great ground palette for our collection. I pick up a lot of wood. I think the wood's always got a really great patina on it, and I can pick up good color off of that. And then this was just kind of something different and fun that I found at Brocante, but it is an old fishing net. So I thought that was really kind of different with all the hand-tied fillet going on. So I don't know, maybe this will become a very small print in our collection. Just the diamond print would be a fun little ditzy to add into the fabric. I love any sort of old handwork. So here you've got the old crocheted acorns, which is just always fabulous. You know, you gotta love that. And then, of course, the raw hemp and linen all bound up, all make great colors. We visit a lot of the brocantes and the flea markets and the vide-greniers, which are the attic sales. And I'm really looking for the bits and pieces that everybody left behind. I'm not interested in the beautiful, very high-end, expensive pieces. I really try to go for the pieces that were forgotten, maybe put in somebody's pocket and forgotten about, and then appeared at the flea market. And I always try to find just the unusual color or the unusual shape or something that'll make it unique to me that I can then reinterpret. Whether you love textiles or you love beads or you love paper, there's a little bit of everything inside of French General, and hopefully we spark your passion to find something new and something different.